My fiance's best friend revealed my darkest secret in front of her whole family, so I clapped back with the meanest comment she'd ever hear. I have been with my fiance now for about 7 years. We met in college and hit it off right away. He has been my rock since then. I am really close to him, and there is nothing I keep from him. When we were in 2 years of college, I mustered up the courage to tell him what I hadn't said to anyone else in my life. I was abused throughout my childhood by my stepfather. This was really hard for me, and I felt like I was going to have a panic attack. I thought he would feel disgusted and leave me, but he just hugged me and let me cry. I felt relieved and loved after so many years of feeling lonely. With his help, I started seeing a psychiatrist, and for once, I felt like my life had a purpose. He was my purpose. Last month he proposed, and I said yes. That was the happiest day of my life. My life was perfect. Well, almost perfect. He has a best friend. She was his childhood friend, and everyone seemed to want them together. Even his family wishes that they could be together since they know her family, and her mom was best friends with his mom. I never had a problem with her since I was secure with my relationship. I tried to make her my friend, but she seemed to have a problem with me. I never wanted to make a scene, so I just started avoiding her existence. Still, she always found a way to make backhanded comments about me and my body, making me look like I am some kind of PRO, which really hurt me since I had been suffering from body issues. My fiance always makes her stop, and he has cut contact before, but she begged him to forgive her, and she apologized to me, so he forgave her, giving her a second chance. She stopped for a while, but she would always give me a bad look when he isn't around. Well, Monday was his 25th birthday. It was going to be hosted at his family's house, and I was excited, not only because we were going to announce our engagement, but to give him my birthday gift, which was a watch that he had seen for a long time. I worked long hours to afford the watch, and under the watch inside the box, there was a sonogram of our 2-month child with "Happy Birthday, Daddy" was written on it. This was my way of telling him I was pregnant. Everyone was there to celebrate his birthday. Before he blew out the candles on the cake, he stood up, and I stood beside him, facing his family and our friends, and announced that we were engaged. Everyone was happy except his girlfriend, who seemed visibly upset. She kept quiet for a while and had a little too much booze to drink. His father stood up, gave a toast about how proud he was of his son, and sat down. The girl's best friend stood up after him, clearly drunk. She started talking about how he was such a good friend, and how everyone thought that they would marry, and then turned towards me and said that she was better, and at least she wasn't a slut who seduced her stepfather and slept with him for years. When those words came out of her mouth, I felt my world spinning around. I looked at my fiance in shock. He was the only person who knew about this, and his betraying me hurt like hell. He shouted for his best friend to stop, but it's too late. I felt like all of the pain and hurt was pouring into my soul. I stood up, held my glass, and gave her a toast. I told her that she was right, and that I at least have a body and soul that attracted men to me, unlike her, and that I understood why her mom deleted herself, and that I would have done the same if I had a daughter like her. And I turned to my fiance and wished him a happy 25th birthday, and then I quickly grabbed my gift and got out of there. He tried to follow me, but I quickly got in my car and left. He's been calling and banging on my door since then, but I still don't have the energy to meet him.